Hello and welcome to another Super Hondas video. Today we're going to be working on my third generation Honda Prelude. We had a problem with the ride on this car and I've been working on it for the last 2 years. When I first got it, it came on 15-inch wheels, already came on the coilovers, which was fine, and the ride height was a little bit lower. A little bit harsh, so we've moved the ride height up. The problem was I've ended up with these 16-inch wheels, which means I've got a lot less tyre wall on there. Then the next problem came. I decided to polybush the car. Sounded like a great idea at the time. Turns out not quite as good as I thought it was initially. 2 years ago I took it to a place that is very reputable for doing this, and they did a great job. They changed all the bushes, suspension bushes, etc., all over to Polybush. They had a full set. When I started my drive back, I thought, wow, this is really, really harsh. And I thought it was just the poor Gloucestershire roads, and the roads were in a bit of a state. I stopped on the way back, adjust my coilover settings and things like that, and I thought I'll just put it down to maybe I'm just overthinking it because I've got new bushes. But then over the last 2 years, I've realised that actually they've caused a bit of a problem. Bit of research, good advice from people, and I was told really the only ones I need to change is the lower suspension bushes, because they're the ones that actually help with the plushness of the ride. So I've managed to source some rubber ones, not original parts because they're not available anymore, but some good blueprint parts. And today we're going to fit those on, and I've got a plethora of other original Honda components, so we're going to refresh all the components around him, drop links, sway bar, bushings, and a bunch of other stuff, including just new bolts and things. And we're going to take you through that process today. Luckily, I've managed to get the services of Alec, who's 21 years Honda Master Technician. So he's going to be performing this for me, and I'm just going to be assisting. And already he's got the wheels off, and he's just taking a look at what we need to do. Okay, so we're ready to begin. We've got the wheel off. Alec is just starting to loosen things up, and what we've done is got prepared for this. So we've got some new bits, new drop links, castle nuts, bolts, washers, etc. It's just taking the old ones out. It's just going to be nice to have shiny new ones in place. Where you join us is that we've already done one side, so rather than going piecemeal through the whys, wherefores and problems of the first one, we decided to do that and then film the second. So Alec is at the moment just undoing the drop link nuts. When we did the other side, we actually replaced the sway bar bushes. So rather than just doing one, both were done at the same time. If you look at these old bushes, actually you can actually see they're quite worn and the rubber's gone quite hard. So it'll be nice to have those replaced at the same time. It's all a matter of not that everything necessarily was completely worn out and needed replacing. It was a case of if we can get the parts and if we can replace them, it refreshes for the future. It means that if we do have to get at something in future, then brand new threads, all greased up, it will make the job far easier. And of course, with the drop link rubbers and the sway bar rubbers, it just gives you that extra sharpness of the ride, but also keeping it plush at the same time, because rubber does eventually harden off. I mean, if we look at these ones that we've just taken off here, you can see if I can get focus there, you can see how rough they are. Yeah, one end there is rusty. It came off fairly easy. I've seen these snap off before now, where they've been literally rusted up and the central bolt has snapped off, but these rubbers are absolutely done. So I'm glad we're replacing them with new ones whilst we're at it. Didn't cost that much money, and it's definitely a worthwhile exercise. So what bit are you doing at the moment, Sally?
It's the front sort of sway type arm.
Okay.
Stops the axle from swinging like that, the arm.
Yeah, sure. I don't think we've got replacement bolts for those, but it looks actually in good condition, to be fair. We were hoping actually to do this, a lot of this on a ramp, but unfortunately my friend's E-Type is actually stuck on it at the moment. They're trying to work on it and get it to start properly. For some reason it hasn't got a spark, but side issue there. But luckily we've got this lovely floor space here, flat, under the dry, and able to work on the Prelude in relative comparison to just doing it on my driveway. Unfortunately, we didn't have a ball joint splitter with us, so we're having to do it the old-fashioned method and be very careful with it. We managed to do it the other side, and it came out all right, so doing the same on this. So we're just releasing the suspension arm, trailing arm, or whatever you want to call it. Just gradually coming out. So just loosen the castle nut off the bottom, and then the arm should then drop out. There you go. And then we've got 2 bushes in here. You'll see my Polybushes that were replaced. There's one end, and then you've got the bottom of this suspension bush, and that's the one we're going at. That's the one that it's probably a bit too hard, and it's given a bit of a rough ride for us. So hopefully once we've got this done, we're going to have a nice plusher ride with some new rubber bushes. Luckily here we've got a press. Now getting the old bushes out, or they're not so old, but the Polybushes out, they're a lot easier than the original bushes that would have been on the car. In fact, I saw some pictures, and I'll put them up as well on the video, some of the bushes that did come out originally, and they'd obviously been in there for the entire life of the car. And it's not just the fact that the car's 37, 38 years old. It's the fact that the rubber is old, and of course it deteriorates over time. So there you go. That's one side of the Polybush out, and I'm glad we've got these two, because putting the new bushes back in would have been impossible without some sort of press. So now we've got to get the new bush in, and if we have a look at those, I think we've got one out already, haven't we, Alec?
Yeah. Just down there.
Yeah. So here you go. Here it is. You can see a completely different style. Rubber, metal in the middle, metal on the outside, and then rubber in between. And that's just going to give us a bit more flexibility. It's going to give us a bit more plush ride. Okay, so we literally just got this bush started, and we've managed to get it lined up. Bit of freon oil. It seems to be going in really nicely now. They're quite tight fit, really, aren't they?
Yeah.
Really are. And you can see that there's no way you'd be able to do this without a proper press. There's just absolutely no way. Okay. You're going to push it down.
We need to put something on the other side now.
Okay.
Because the top of the bush sticks out.
Okay.
Either side.
Yeah.
As you can see.
Right. So, I see. Yeah. So it would then go onto the plate. Yeah.
And you can space it.
Yeah. I see. Yeah. Oh, mind your head. Okay. you want me to do this?
Yep.
Just gradually bring it down. Yeah, it's gone tight now. So that's, there you go. Now it's going. There you go. Literally just putting the trailing arm back in position. Now, I think we had to lift this up last time the other side, didn't we? We're going to manage to get it on. I think we had to lift it out so we could straighten. Oh no, you've done it this time, Alec. Good work. So what's the next stage then, Alec?
Well, I've just put the trolley jack under the lower arm.
Yep.
To jack like the hub and axle and arm up, so it's how it would sit on the road.
Okay, yeah.
So I can then tighten the bushes up.
Okay, yeah.
The bush we've replaced and the inner bush, because if you tighten the bush up when it's hanging, you tighten it up in that set position, and
Yeah.
then when you put it back on the ground, it's going to twist it.
Right, yeah. So it keeps it, you basically tighten it up in the aspect that it would ride on the road and then you don't deform it.
Yes,
Yeah,
yeah.
okay.
Gonna check that in a minute, make sure it's all tight. Just got to nip the inner one up. That's it. Remove the jack now and
Okay,
just
I'll do
make
that
sure
for you.
that-
Okay, so they're all tightened up back in position. We're just about to put the new drop link back in position. And I think you left it loose, didn't you? You left the D bush loose, so you could actually just move that into position, and then we'll tighten the D bush bolts up, or put them back in and tighten it up to the underside. We've decided that the parts that were taken off were not Honda original parts. Even the nuts that we use were not the right size. But now we've got Honda original parts on there. I mean, it doesn't make a huge amount of difference, but it's nice to have the correct original parts as Honda originally intended. We weren't able to get hold of every single nut, bolt, washer, etc. So we're having to reuse some of the old ones, but these are not so crucial anyway. We even had a brand new split pin. And that's it. That's both the fronts done. And we're going to have a bit of a break and then get on to the rears. And I don't know whether I'm going to video that because it's going to be more of the same, really. So we've got part the way through doing the rear bush change. Problems that we've encountered. We didn't realise we didn't have these. We didn't have these D bushes. So we're going to have to put the old ones back on. I think we've actually got new bolts from. We just simply haven't got the bushes. Again, these drop link drop link bars are not available, so we're having to put those on, but they're in reasonable condition. But we have got new rubbers, and we've actually got one of the lower suspension bushes back in now, and we've got our kit laid out here with new bolts, new rubbers, and new bushes, etc. These are in quite tight, so we're having to bodge them out really, but it's not going to damage anything, so it shouldn't be too much of a problem. It's quite surprising for Polybushes really. Normally they just slide out very easily with the hand. There you go. Just reattaching the sway bar. Unfortunately we couldn't get a replacement rubbers, I think I mentioned earlier on, but we managed to get some new bolts to freshen things up here, and also we did manage to get these new end rubbers that are going to make it, and in fact the ones that came out were plastic. They were really bad, looked like aftermarket, very poorly manufactured, so it's all going to adds up in the end to a better ride all round. So the proof of the pudding is in the eating, and this is the test drive and the ride home. Cars all back together, went really well I thought, and straight away, just driving the car, I'm not on the best roads, they're a little bit rough, but I'm not getting the vibration through that I was. It's feeling a lot better in my lower back. The car doesn't overreact to bumps in the road. I think those changes that we made, including the new bushings for the sway bars, etc. We haven't lost anything. There's no sharpness gone or anything like that. It just makes it nicer to drive. I mean, the original car had 14-inch wheels, and of course we've lost a lot of tyre walls, so you're always going to have a crashier ride anyway. But this is acceptable. This is acceptable now. Now, at some stage, I may go down to the 15-inch wheels. When I got those wheels, they were only available in 4x100 PCD in 16s. I really like the wheels. I think they really suit the car. Now you can get them in 15s. Who knows? I may swap those out, and that might just really finish it off. But for now, I'm really happy. I'm really glad that we've got it to this stage, and I'm looking forward to taking the car to the next event, which will be in about a week's time, and I'll be taking you to that event as well. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you got something from it. If you enjoyed it, please like, and if you haven't subscribed already, really appreciate it if you would subscribe, and look forward to seeing you in the next one.